Life comes at you fast. So recently we've gotten a brand new dragon monster revealed for the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game, and seeing that it continues the lore of a card released more than 10 years ago, I figure now is the perfect time to talk about the tragic story behind Dragon Horn Hunter. So everything begins with the eponymous normal Pendulum Monster released in Duelist Alliance. This was actually also the sneak peek promo card, which I still have. So during the early days of Pendulum, there were a large amount of normal Pendulum monsters. A way to make things easy by them only having one effect, but it also gives us some really cool flavor text. And here it reads, "The horns were needed to prepare a medicine for her village, suffering from a plague. Unknown to her, the dragons burned and trampled her village, once displaced from their den." And in the artwork, obviously, we see the Dragon Horn Hunter herself having slain a dragon. So here we get set up a really sad story. She was the one from her village who left to get the cure that they needed. However, in tracking down the dragon she needed to slay, she inadvertently caused them to go attack and destroy the very village she was trying to save. Very poetic and very sad, though I really do love the design of her. We can't really tell what the dragon is in the artwork here, probably something brand new created just for it, but with a really cool design and being a very memorable monster, one of the first pendulums introduced into the game, and the fact it was a promo card, it either stayed in the consciousness of Yu-Gi-Oh fans or in the back of their minds for quite a while. While initially it seemed like a one-off card, it turns out we would actually get more of a story revealed in Invasion Vengeance, with a brand new card, Dragon Core Hexer. A level 8 normal tuner, it actually has even more flavor text continuing the story. Very clearly this is the Dragon Horn Hunter that we had come to know, but something is a little different about her. Many years of dragon slaying have bathed this Huntress in countless amounts of blood. Each drop gave her more power, but at a terrible price, as her cursed body now spreads the dragon taint like an epidemic. No village will take her in, and she no longer even remembers what inspired her crusade in the first place. So yeah, it looks like we got the bad ending. Very interesting too, we can see she's incorporated a lot of the dragon parts into her armor now, but that is the very thing that has cursed her. Also, there's a tragic irony, as now no village will take her in when that was her purpose in the very first place, to save her own village. Though it seems like she doesn't really mind, as it seems like she's just all about dragon slaying and that's it. She's fallen into an endless cycle of revenge, killing any dragon she can, but now she doesn't even remember why. But on top of that, now she's the vessel for the dragon taint, which could potentially hurt other people. Very similar to whatever was affecting her village back then. We don't know exactly what it was, but it could have very well been the dragon taint. Though I gotta say I really like this design, and the whole concept of a character hunting dragons and using their scales and horns for armor is really neat. Though for the moment we would get the next story development in Rise of the Duelist, where we got the track card Revenge Rally. Obviously it doesn't have any flavor text, but the artwork seems to depict the Dragon Horn Hunter fighting against a masked dragon, so this has taken place at some point before she became the Dragon Core Hexer, and she is still wearing the old armor. And like I said, the monster she's fighting is Masked Dragon, which is a very old card released all the way back in Soul of a Duelist, one of my personal favorites for my old weird dragon deck and Playground Yu-Gi-Oh days. And very interesting, it actually has the effect that when it's destroyed by battle, it allows you to special summon a different dragon from your deck. So symbolically, by the Dragon Horn Hunter defeating one of these in revenge, it begins the endless cycle that she becomes trapped in. This isn't the dragon she originally needed to slay because there are no horns on it, but it very well could have been a dragon living with the other dragons inside of the cave that she originally displaced. And again, the fact that its effect allows you to special summon more dragons, it can be seen as a hint to this being the dragon that led a bunch of other dragons to her village that they then decimated. But anyway, back to the artwork of Revenge Rally, we can see that a big old slice of the Dragon Horn Hunter sword has actually cut off the mask of Masked Dragon, revealing a bit of the face, which oh boy, that's interesting. Though we have actually seen Masked Dragon's face before, and that is in the card Unmasked Dragon from the new Challengers. This one though actually isn't a dragon, it is a worm monster, and its effect is basically the same as Masked Dragon, but it applies to worms instead of dragons. I've always really liked worms, I thought they were very interesting. They're effectively dragons, but are a lot more spiritual or metaphysical in some sense, so its existence kind of gives us a little lore to their connection as well, as it is naturally a worm monster, but when it's masked it becomes more physical like a dragon. And then on top of that, the Dragon Horn Hunter is there as some sort of connection to show us that actually being the case, that when you cut off or break the mask on a masked dragon, it then becomes the unmasked dragon, revealing that it's actually a worm type. So that is a fun little connection there. But anyway, now we come to the modern day with the brand new card that was just revealed, and I'm using translations from YG Organization, but it is a level 7 normal monster known as Diabolic Dragon Fortress Dalivvice. And as we can see, the scales look an awful lot like the Dragon Core Hexer's armor. Here's what the flavor text says. The ultimate fate of the Huntress who continued to spread the dragon taint. Now she has become the source of a plague, a fortress of swirling dark wicked thoughts, and ironically is now the target of others' revenge. She has no way of knowing that the strike team standing before her are the survivors of a village that was once decimated by a dragon. So oh boy, yeah, horror is beyond my comprehension. Man, it is really kind of sad because we had seen the story going in a negative direction the entire time. This is all some sort of terrible punishment placed upon her for something that wasn't even really her fault. All she was trying to do was save her village, but in the end, unintentionally, she was the one who caused it to get destroyed. And then on top of that, because of her now wanting to take revenge to an extreme degree, she's caused a bunch of other villages to get destroyed. While I wouldn't necessarily count this story as done right away, I think there's a possibility for her to get cured and saved. It is really crazy to see just like one random card get so much development across these years, and even some connections to other monsters. And that is the thing I really do like about Yu-Gi-Oh! For as many new Dark Magicians and Blue Eyes White Dragons we see, we do often get like extra additional support for random cards that people really don't remember all that much aside from the design maybe. So really do just like the extra care that seems to be taken once in a while for other cards in the card game like this. Obviously this one isn't getting like a whole anime series or even like a one episode or so of Card Game that Chronicles, but even still the artwork and flavor text alone feels like a little more than other card games even do. So let me know what you think in the comments below about Dragonhorn Hunter and her tragic story, and where you would like to see things go from here. Personally, I want her to get saved, turn her back to normal, please, let her rest. For now though, these are some really sick cards. Anyway, this is GatorX, thank you so much for watching, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hype the video, all that stuff, and I will catch you all later.